Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Soul Goals Podcast. My name is Dawn. I got my Mickey mug right here. And we are here for another week of wonderful personal growth exercises where my friend Dixie and I have taken on 52 weeks. We are in week number 41 of personal growth work in an effort to bring these exercises to you, our listeners, our viewers, so that you know what it entails. You get a little bit deeper look into, hey, that might be good for me. Hey, I might benefit from that. Because ultimately, this year's podcast is focused on exercising those muscles, those personal growth muscles that sometimes find us having to be challenged by doing different activities that we may be uncomfortable with. Could be journaling, could be meditating, could be exercising, could be reaching out and talking to somebody randomly, could be multiple different things. So, the key right here that I'm talking about is connecting with people, connecting with ourselves to start with, because I can't pour from my Mickey Mouse mug if it's empty. Yeah, I can only pour from it if it's full. And we've talked about that numerous times. You have to start with yourself. You've got to give yourself that ability to process, to work through, to be present, and to build up so that you can then pour from, as I have right here, my Mickey Mouse mug, to be able to help other people. This week's exercise, or opportunity as I like to call it, was called Spread the Love. And in spreading the love, I adored this one. 2 to 3 times this week, it was going online and giving a Google review to a business that has benefited me, something that I may be benefiting from on the regular, and letting people know that this business is doing a good job. And ideally, it's great to do for a small town business, maybe somebody that doesn't have a lot of traffic coming through, but that needs that boost and that can benefit from your words, from your experience that's been positive with them. God, it's about giving back. And that's a really easy, wonderful way to be able to use our words and to invest in small businesses, or it could be a bigger business too, but something that has given you benefit that you want others to know about, so that ultimately that business can thrive and really be able rather to offer others so much more. So here we are, online positive reviews 2 to 3 times this week. How hard was this for me? Not hard at all. It was super easy. And I'm going to tell you, I was out of town with my daughter and had a low tire, which ended up being a flat tire on a rental car. It was after hours, but it was another hour that was at this local tire shop that was open. And as that sensor came on, I literally looked up, and there it was like God placed that tire shop right there. I looked up and there was this mom and pop tire shop that was open when other businesses around it were closed. I wheeled the rental car in and I said, "Oh my gosh, I have another hour to drive. Here we are. What can we do?" They did a wonderful, wonderful job of taking care of attending to me and attending to this rental car without me having to call the rental car, which, if you've ever had to do that, whoo, that's a recipe for patience exercise. Maybe that should be one of my exercises for the week, of patience. Calling a business that you have to sit on hold and try to really get your information through. So, again, as I said, this business happened to be there. Boom, I pulled in. They were as wonderfully gracious as possible. And I said, "Let me pay you something for that." Because all they did was patch the tire. They said, "You don't owe us anything." That was an easy fix. Oh my goodness. You saved me headache. You saved me pain. You saved me my impatience. You saved me a lot by allowing me to get back on the road and being gracious enough to give me that service for nothing. So that was a no-brainer, going online and giving them a positive review. It was nothing short of a wonderful thing. What a gift they gave me. So I'm going to give them that gift back. They're not local to my area, but if you are in the Wilmington, North Carolina area, hit them up. I will put I'll put their website, link it below here so that you can check it out. If you're living in that area, you're listening from the Wilmington, North Carolina area, please check them out. Also, guys, another one I did was something that we use in our house regularly, and that's our dentist. And myself and my two girls go to the same dentist. We have one of the best dentists, and I would wager to bet that if you're listening and you have a great dentist, or you are a dentist, that's really amazing. You have people around you saying, I can't go to anybody else. You're my guy. Or if you have a great dentist, you're saying, no, my guy is the best. So if you found your dentist, please go online and review them because they have a really hard job. And I have loved our dentist and what he has done for our kids. And so great. Yeah. Cleans your teeth, makes sure everything is straight, everything is taken care of. My youngest daughter had some teeth issues over the course of the last 2 years. And this dentist, Dr. Patel in Brentwood, Tennessee, went above and beyond at National Dentistry Co., above and beyond for us and for my daughter, and doing things that he wouldn't have had to do. So, of course, I'm going to let people know that's what you need to do. Hit this guy up. He deserves it. You need to know. So let's talk about how this helps businesses when we do this. Obviously, helps promote to bring in new customers. It boosts their visibility in the world, something that maybe advertising doesn't get to. So we have privy to different pieces of people, different pockets of life around us on our social media pages that some of these businesses may not have access to. So why not promote and tell people the good so that they can then, have the opportunity to check it out for themselves and boost that business, boost their visibility. Another thing is it validates that business. It gives them that pat on the back that, hey, you know what we're doing is working. And it encourages growth too. It encourages growth of that business. So also, guys, how does it help us, the reviewer? Well, it strengthens our gratitude. I mean, I just tell you how gracious was that tire company to be able to say, we got you. Don't worry about it. Hey, and you don't owe us anything for this. It's our pleasure. Oh, it gave me a big mood boost. I was able to drive that next hour feeling safe with my daughter in the car, feeling like I don't have to worry. Right. And there's something to be said for not having to worry. I can't, does that preach? I'm going to tell you. Yes, yes. There's something to be said for feeling at peace and at ease, especially when there's something that you have no idea how to take care of yourself, which for me was a tire. So thank God that they were there. It also deepens connections, right? Expressing appreciation across any level, even to strangers, it just creates really meaningful human connection. And what does the Soul Goals podcast talk about? It was created to connect, created for us to learn that we are all wired for connection. We are all connected to one another in some way, shape, or form. And if you feel like you're alone, guys, you're really not. Reach out because there are others going through the same things that you are going through and feeling and having the same feelings that you're having. It reminds us we're part of a huge community, part of a great big community. And guys, it's contagious, right? When we're kind and we leave those reviews and we say something to another person that is positive, that is uplifting, when we give them those compliments, what does that do? It inspires people. It gives them maybe a little boost that we don't know they may have needed, but it also gives us a little boost. And in that, it's a win win. So let's talk a little bit about why people don't express that gratitude. Because I think sometimes we get that hold back and we feel maybe awkward. Maybe it's going to be a little too vulnerable for us to speak out and to tell somebody how we really feel. Now, I'm taking it a little bit further than just reviewing a business here, but vulnerability can feel super risky. And expressing kindness or gratitude for something can feel like we're really kind of opening up an emotional can of worms, and that can make us feel exposed. So when we're exposed, then we're visible. And when we're visible, people can see all the different sides of us. And that tends to be a really awkward and uncomfortable place for a lot of us to go because then we tend to think, what if they think I'm going to be weird? Or what if they don't respond? What if they misunderstand? What if I'm rejected? Ah, that's a big one. What if I'm rejected? What if that vulnerability is not accepted? What if me saying something, complimenting someone, having a genuine conversation, being open and exposed by promoting that in that way? What if I'm rejected? That's a super duper fear. The fear of awkwardness or rejection, it's really, really big because we're in this culture of, hey, let's be cool. We got to be cool. Showing that emotion can be really, really overwhelming and it can show super duper vulnerability. Um, we might assume that the other person already knows how we feel. Maybe we assume they really aren't going to care. Um, Maybe we think that they're going to feel uncomfortable receiving our compliment. And again, I'm taking this a step further than just reviewing a business online, but you kind of get the idea here. It's not allowing ourselves to be free and open with those compliments because of those fears that we tend to put into place. um Also, hey guys, we're not used to receiving compliments a lot. Many of us that have gone through things in our lives have experienced these places of, I'm not worthy to receive the goodness from this experience, or I don't know why they would tell me that because I don't see that in myself. Sometimes having those reminders from other people and those compliments can give us that inner knowledge that, you know what, maybe there is a little bit rather of that is part of me. Maybe it's okay for me to receive that compliment. It's a really, really hard thing for people to do a lot of times, is receive those compliments. Despite all of this, expressing kindness and gratitude, guys, it's one of the most courageous things, most human things, most healing things that we can do. And every time we break through any kind of hesitation, even in small ways, by starting by reviewing an online business, it can strengthen those emotional muscles. I know we talk about this regularly. It's about working out our emotional and our mental muscles, like making those muscles stronger so that when we are faced with situations where it demands for us to be present and to be vulnerable, it's easier access to that because we've already been there. We've already done that. It's muscle memory, creating muscle memory. It also can deepen our relationships and it can remind ourselves of our own goodness. Because at the heart of who we are, we were made in goodness. We were made in this light. And receiving compliments, giving compliments, it's a wonderful feed for all of us. It all goes back to, we all deserve to have, we all deserve to feel, we all deserve to be seen, and we all deserve to be heard and loved, right? Connecting, guys, connect, 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 because we can all benefit one another when we do this. When we benefit another person with our words, it also benefits us. It's that give back, muscle memory. Do it. You can do it. And guys, you deserve it, right? Everyone has a story and every story matters. So please, guys, go out this week. Make your story count. Give your piece to someone else. Allow someone to have a little bit of light that they may need in their day. Make it count, guys.